When you cut a worm in half, what's going to happen to the two different parts? Are both of them are able to survive, or only one part? Well, hi, hello, and welcome. Microbehunter here. Yes, today I'm going to be cutting one of these worms here in half, and we're going to look at what happens then with the two halves. And I would like to start at the very beginning for this reason. What you see here are these are so-called Aeolosoma worms. They are microscopic worms. You can see them without problems, even without a microscope. They're a few millimeters in size. Of course, they look much more interesting under the microscope here. I collected them recently from a sample of pond water. They like to be in the sediment on the ground of the pond, feeding on algae, on decaying and decomposing leaves and animals and so on. Yeah, essentially they're keeping the pond clean this way. Yeah, they're cleaning up all over the detritus and decomposing material. And this way, they also are able to reproduce quite quickly. Now, those worms are extremely flexible, really, and they have a remarkable ability to also to regenerate. And when basically you cut them in half, then you are actually able to see that both of the halves will continue to move. And as a matter of fact, those worms even reproduce by splitting in half. And this is one of the ways how they're able to reproduce so quickly. Well, how big are they? Here, this is a tip of a pipette, and you actually are able to see one worm in there. It looks like there are two worms, but actually it's only one worm. It's the reflection. It's the pipette, the plastic of the pipette acts a little bit like a mirror. Therefore, it appears like that there are two worms in there. But essentially, it shows that they're fairly small, really. They're fairly small, but they can be easily picked up by a pipette like I have here and transferred to a microscope slide. Yeah, here there are a whole bunch of them together. They're quite transparent. If you look into them, then you're also able to see the food that they have eaten. Okay, they have a mouth, of course. They have a digestive system that runs through the whole body of the worm, and then after the food has been digested, it's going to be expelled again. And essentially, this is how they're able to obtain nutrients. Because the digestive system is transparent, for this reason, we are able to see, of course, also the food that it has eaten. And here, what we are able to see here is that those worms, those Aeolosoma worms, also have those beautiful reddish greenish spots on the surface. And here now, further down here, this is essentially the digestive system and the stomach. We can see that there are some diatoms in there. These are some algae, a lot of undefined material, and I think it's going to digest the food now. And it's quite a heavy stomach here. And what I would like to then do in a couple of minutes is to cut the worm in half. Now, how would I do that? You can do that. Of course, you can use some tools and cut it apart, but I found an easier way. What I would like to do is I would like to apply a little bit of pressure on the worm, and then we're going to see what actually happens. Yeah, here again, a close-up look at those dots here. These are also oil globules. They contain a high percentage of lipids, and I think this is used by the worm as a storage for energy. Yeah, and by the patterns and the color, you're able to distinguish the different worm types as well. So now let's start applying a little bit of pressure on this worm here. Yeah, it's a little bit shaky because I pressed against the cover glass, and you see how the worm actually becomes very flat. Then when I release the pressure, it pulls back together again, and yeah, it simply continues to move along on the microscope slide. And you maybe have also seen that the worm did pop open a little bit, and some of the stomach contents was also spilled. But the worm did not separate. So I've tried it again, and look what happens here. Yep, did you actually see on the top right corner? This is basically where it's separated. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rewind this here, and I'm going to show you again. You see, I'm pressing, and here now, yeah, half of the worm was actually now chopped off. And look, it basically both parts still continue to move. Yeah, and the reason why this is possible is because these worms have a highly decentralized nervous system. Yes, they do have a head part, and however, the nerves are quite decentralized. So that means there are still a lot of reflexes going on here in the remaining body. Now, some time ago, I actually did watch those separated separated parts for a few days. And I did find something quite interesting. The head part here, this actually started to grow again, a new tail, so to say. So the worm actually did become longer again, but the part that was separated, it did not. And this is actually quite obvious, because the head part not only contains the mouth and other vital organs, like, for example, nerve cells, nerve ganglia, as they're called. And for this reason, the front part is actually able to feed itself and continue to live. And the back part over here, well, this one, of course, is way too small and is missing many vital organs for survival. And as a matter of fact, the worm also is able to reproduce this way, because when the food is sufficient, then the worm will actually start to grow a new head right in the middle of the body. And then when the new head is finished, then it will split. But of course, this is not the case here. Here I just pressed on the worm and I simply separated it that way. And we're still able to see that the worm is actually able to survive quite well. The opening, where the separation occurred, seemed to close right away again. So this is actually something that the worm seems to be a little bit used to, not surprisingly, because maybe there are some fish maybe that take a bite out of the worm, and the worm is still able to survive. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope that yeah, this was interesting for you. Yeah, the ability to regenerate is something that can be found in nature quite frequently, and those worms here do have a very fascinating ability to survive even those extreme injuries here. I wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always. See you around next time. Bye bye.